Happy Easter. Praying and trusting that this season will truly be a marvelous one for you as you continue on your spiritual journey. Trusting that you had a really life-changing, life-transforming season of Lent. Trusting that you used it fully. Trusting also that your Holy Week was tremendously meaningful. We had some visits from persons sharing in our silent days, and it was truly wonderful to have them present. We also enjoyed a really wonderful and peaceful day at Cocoa Hill Forest. Being in nature, having that experience of bathing in nature, as it were, it was phenomenal. They call it forest bathing, I'm told. But it was a wonderful preparation for this blessed season. And now here we are in the midst of the season, and we are intended to use our time again, using it well, using it to advance ourselves in this journey. Every year, like a spiral, we should be climbing higher as we go through the rhythm of our liturgical calendar. We should be rising higher towards our ascension. So it's a joy to be here with you, and I look forward to all that Spirit is doing with us, in us and through us, trusting that we will all continue to be open and that we'll all continue to seek to rise higher and to deepen our awareness of that divine presence that is in us. So we come now into our normal time of quiet as we explore that inner world in a time of meditation. There's much going on in our world in this area where many are discovering the practice of meditation. And I want to encourage you to continue to practice, not only when we are together for devotions, but at the end of your day, sometimes in the middle of your day. Let's get into the habit of going within and becoming conscious of that inner world, that inner life, that inner spark. Your task and my task is to make that spark more than just a spark, to allow it to become a full-fledged flame, consuming, burning, and extending beyond ourselves, illuminating the world. So come within with me. Come and share this stillness. Come and share this inner beauty. Come breathe. Come breathe consciously with a heart filled with gratitude. As you breathe in, see the light coming in more and more. As you breathe out, see yourself removing all that continues to block you from that full-fledged flame. Breathing in new light, new energy, new fuel. Breathing out all that is of no use, no further use. All that hinders us. All our stories, all our narratives. All the things that we keep repeating that hold us in a place of darkness, that restricts us from becoming our truly divine selves. We release it all as we open ourselves up to receive the divine light, truth, grace, love, the beautiful gift of love which conquers all things, which enables us to move from where we are to go beyond, to become that full self that we have been called to be, just as Jesus did in his journey. So allow that light within you to burn, to radiate, and to connect you with the rest of us, to feel each other's presence, to reach out in love in this very moment, and to feel that presence, that awareness that we are part of something so much greater than ourselves. Something that Jesus reminds us of. That unity with the all that is. Jesus says, I am the vine. You are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit. Because apart from me you can do nothing. Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire and burned. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. Here ends the reading. You can't go through the experience of Holy Week, especially Monday, Thursday, and into Good Friday and Easter, without feeling the phenomenal experience of divine love, without recognizing how powerful that love is. It's not a simple thing. It's not a simple experience. It is a tremendously enriching experience. It causes you to really reflect on your own journey, your own instances of love. And it kind of shows us that, we don't really understand this gospel that we speak of, that we quote. And at times we kind of excuse ourselves away by saying we are only human. But we aren't. That's just the thing. We're not only human. As a matter of fact, there's so little of us that is human. It was amazing for us to really come to grips with. We're spirit. We're having this human experience. And the thing about spirit is that spirit is love. Because spirit is of God in its fullness. The more we try to be human, the more we come away from spirit. And the more we come away from spirit, the more we disconnect from the vine, as Jesus says. Whereas all of this experience of the Holy Week and Easter is an invitation to come back to spirit. Come back to oneself. Come back to one's truth. To know that love. To feel that love. To allow that love to take greater control in our lives. We have fought so hard to be human, to be fully enfleshed. And yes, there's worth in becoming fully enfleshed, because this is the experience that we were given. This was the opportunity that we were given to be here. And there's some lessons that we have to learn. We can only learn them if we are fully embodied. But when our full embodiment causes us to completely forget who we really are, it becomes problematic. We lose the way home. We forget. And that forgetting causes us to sink even deeper into the human experience. And the more we sink into the human experience, the further away we go from the divine. And the further away we go from the divine, the further we go from the awareness of love. Jesus says, abide in me. Abide in me. I will abide in you. This requires proximity. This requires us to be close to Jesus, to abide in. Not to be separate from. Because the minute we become separate from, we are so earth-based that we disconnect from our true self. And then we're lost. And so many of us are lost in this world. To varying degrees. We just have to look at the way we treat each other. The way we dominate dictate, control, abuse, molest, unfair, exploit. All these terms are terms used for the ways in which this human experience engages with each other. And Jesus came among us trying to demonstrate what love is and how love can be expressed. And so Jesus held that tension between the human and the divine. And he showed us that it can be walked. It can be walked with awareness. Because the more we connect with that spiritual dimension, the more we are aware of who we are, and the more we are aware of who we are, greater the chances of knowing and understanding why we are here. But when we don't connect with who we are, when we drift away from spirit, when we become fully human and nothing more, the amnesia, the forgetting, causes us to be so far away from our origins that we have no clue why we are here, and we spend all of our lives trying to find something to occupy us, something to satisfy us, something to make us feel as though we are important or that we matter. And we spend most of our lives just going after one thing or another, trying to fill that void that we know is there. We know that there's a purpose. We know that there's a reason. We know that there's something that we've come here to discover, to learn, to understand. But the problem is that we forget who it is that has come to discover. And we create this false person, this physical person, this earthbound person. And we try to find meaning for this earthbound person. But this earthbound person does not exist. This earthbound person is an illusion. It is the true self, the spiritual self, that is here to have the experience. Nothing else. There's nothing else that can have the experience. So as we continue like this in our amnesia, in our forgetfulness, we wander from pillar to post, trying to find meaning and being empty. Even as we seek to engage in religious matters, we do so trying to find purpose in the religious matters, in the activity itself. And all because this is not our true self. We're even able, in the midst of our religious activity, to demonstrate behaviors that are so contrary to divine love, to oneness, to wholeness. Jesus teaches us by his life what love is, what love is. And if we will allow it to present itself to us, we would see how dull what we call love really is. It is so important then for you and for me to constantly revisit this passion type. Abide in me. Abide in my love. Just as the Father abides in me and I abide in him. Jesus gives us the reference. And he gives us the path. It's the path of abiding in. Abiding in constantly. That's the path that we're being asked to follow, to go through with. And I know we can, if we only listen truly to this passion narrative and see how vital and central it is to our journey, to our lives as human beings, and understand that we are here as love, to love, and to be love in this world.